The story begins at a lively African university, full of laughter, dreams, and youthful energy. Among hundreds of students, one name stands out: Kofi. Kofi is charming, confident, and full of life. He is the kind of person who makes friends easily and believes that life should be lived with joy. To Kofi, friendship is everything. He often says that love is overrated and temporary, but friendship lasts forever. Standing beside him is his closest friend, Amara. Amara is different from most girls on campus. She is sporty, outspoken, and fearless. She plays basketball with the boys, laughs loudly, and never worries about appearances. To everyone else, Amara is just one of the guys. But inside her heart, Amara carries a secret. She is deeply in love with Kofi. She loves him quietly, through shared jokes, late-night conversations, and moments when he leans on her without realizing how much it hurts. She waits, hoping one day Kofi will see her not just as a friend, but as something more. But Kofi never does. One day, a new student arrives on campus, Zoe. Zoe is calm, elegant, and gentle. She speaks softly, carries herself with grace, and has a quiet confidence that draws attention without effort. Unlike Amara, Zoe is reserved and thoughtful. The moment Kofi meets Zoe, something changes. He begins to feel emotions he has never felt before. He finds excuses to talk to her, to walk with her, to make her laugh. Slowly, friendship turns into affection. And affection turns into love. Amara notices everything. She watches Kofi smile in a way he never smiled with her. She hears his voice soften when he speaks to Zoe. Each moment feels like a slow breaking of her heart, yet Amara says nothing. She hides her pain behind jokes and laughter, pretending everything is fine. One evening, Kofi finally confesses his love to Zoe. Zoe accepts. That night, Amara realizes the truth: the man she loved never belonged to her. Without creating drama, without blaming anyone, Amara makes the hardest decision of her life. She leaves the college. She walks away from Kofi without saying goodbye, carrying only her broken heart and memories of a friendship that meant everything to her. Kofi is confused by her sudden disappearance, but life moves on, and slowly, Amara becomes just a memory. Years pass. Kofi and Zoe get married. Their love is strong and respectful. They build a peaceful life together and are blessed with a beautiful daughter named Nia. Their home is filled with warmth, laughter, and love, but destiny has its own plans. Zoe falls seriously ill. As she grows weaker, she understands that her time is limited. Instead of fear, Zoe chooses love. She begins writing 8 letters, one for each birthday of her daughter. In her final letter, meant for Nia's 8th birthday, Zoe reveals a hidden truth. She writes about Amara. She admits that Amara was Kofi's first true love, not because they were together, but because she loved him before anyone else did. Zoe's final wish is selfless and pure. She wants her daughter to reunite Kofi and Amara, so Kofi will never be alone again. Soon after, Zoe passes away. 8 years later, Nia grows into a bright, intelligent girl. On her 8th birthday, she reads her mother's final letter. Though young, Nia understands the weight of her mother's words. She decides to fulfill her mother's wish, no matter how difficult it may be. She discovers that Amara is now a teacher at a summer camp. Amara has changed. She is graceful, confident, and emotionally strong. She is also engaged to a kind man named Jabari. Jabari loves Amara deeply. He stood by her during her darkest days and helped her heal from the past. Nia secretly invites her father, Kofi, to the summer camp. When Kofi and Amara meet again after many years, time seems to stop. Kofi is shocked. Amara is no longer the carefree tomboy he once knew. She is elegant, calm, and radiant. Memories flood his mind: laughter, friendship, moments he took for granted. As days pass, they talk, laugh, and reconnect, and slowly, Kofi realizes the truth. He had always loved Amara, he just never understood it. Kofi finally confesses his feelings. Amara is overwhelmed. She once loved Kofi with her entire heart and lost herself in that pain. Now, she is engaged to Jabari, a man who truly loves her and stood by her when Kofi was absent. Amara chooses loyalty over love. she decides to go ahead with the wedding. Kofi prepares himself to let her go forever. On the wedding day, emotions run high. Jabari notices something painful. Amara's heart is not fully his. In a moment of true love and sacrifice, Jabari steps back. He tells Amara to follow her heart. With tears in her eyes, Amara runs to Kofi. After years of separation, pain, and misunderstanding, Kofi and Amara finally reunite, not just as lovers, but as best friends who finally understand love. This story teaches us that love often begins with friendship, true love takes time to be understood, and destiny always gives love a second chance, because sometimes love is friendship.